It's Crystal again. Today I'm going to show you how to do this cute little clutch purse. It's really easy, and it would be a good one for beginners to do and to learn a new stitch. It's a really easy stitch to do, really easy bag to make. Didn't take very long at all. So let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay, for this project you're going to need a size H or a 5mm crochet hook. And you want to start with a chain of 32. Once you get your chain of 32 done, we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. We don't count the one that's on our hook. So, single crochet, then we're going to chain one. Then we're going to skip one and go to the next. Single crochet, chain one. Skip one, go to the next. Single crochet, chain one. Skip one, and then we single crochet, chain one. Skip that one, go to the next. Single crochet, chain one. Skip one, single crochet, chain one. So you want to continue that pattern all the way down to the end of your chain, where we single crochet, chain one, and then we skip. Single crochet, chain one, and skip. To the end, and go ahead and single crochet in that last stitch. Just like that. Now we're going to do a chain of 2. Just like that. And we're going to turn our work. And now we're going to be doing the puff stitch. So we're going to put the puff stitch in each one of the chain 1 spaces that we did on the previous round. So first one goes right here in this big spot. So we're going to wrap our yarn, go just all the way through that, and pull our yarn back out. We're going to do wrap it, go all the way through it, pull it back out. We're going to do that 4 times. There's 2 times, wrap it, pull up a loop. That's 3. And that's 4 times. And then you should have a total of 9 loops on your hook. And then you want to yarn over and go through all 9 loops and chain to lock it. Just like that. Pretty easy. Then we're going to go back over here to the next spot. This chain space right here, this big spot. Do it again. Yarn over, go through, pull up a loop. It's 1 time. 2, 3, 4 times. Yarn over and go through all 9 loops on your hook. Chain to lock it. Okay, over here to the next space, because here's the chain 1 we did on the previous row. We're going to do this big space. Yarn over, go in, pull the loop. That's 1 time. 2, 3, 4. 9 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and go through all 4 and then chain. All 9 and then chain. Just like that. Okay? Here's our next spot we need to go through. Yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 loops. Yarn over and go through all the loops. Just like that. Okay, here's the next spot right here. Yarn over, pull up a loop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain and lock. So you want to continue that all the way to the end of the row, in each, do a puff stitch in each of your big chain 1 spaces from the previous row. To my end of my row, and in this last stitch here, you want to do a half double, so you yarn over, go through that stitch, pull up a loop, and then you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You just want to yarn over and go through all 3. And that finishes out that round. Then you want to chain 1 and turn. And then we're just going to do what we did on the first row. In this spot right here, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1. In this big spot, single crochet, chain 1. Just go right through it, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, all the way down, single crochet, chain 1, and this big spot right here, single crochet, chain 1, single, chain 1, single, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, just right through this big spot, single crochet, chain 1, single, chain 1, single, chain 1, single, chain 1, single, chain 1, and then just this one at the end. We're going to do a single in it. Okay, and there's that row. Now we're going to do, since we're going to the puff stitches, we're going to do a chain of 2. Every row that we do the puff stitches on, we do a chain 2 first, and then we turn it. And then we're going to do a chain 2, or a puff stitch in each of our chain 1 spaces, just like we did in the previous round. So right here we're going to wrap, go in, pull up a loop. We're going to do that 4 times. 2, 3, 4. Go through all of them, chain the lock right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. We're going to continue this all the way down. And that's all there is to this stitch. So continue that stitch all the way down, and when you get to here, you just chain 1 and repeat the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, get to the end, and then you do your puff stitch row, and then you do single crochet row, puff stitch row, single crochet, all the way till you get to the length you want it. I'm not quite sure how many rows I'm going to do, so I'm going to do mine real quick and I'll let you know. I finished with my piece of fabric. I did a total of 14 rows of the puffy stitches, and then you gotta do, and then the rows in between. So 14 of the big puff stitches. And then I went ahead and did the row of single crochet, chain 1 at the top of it. So once you get that done, you just want to chain 1, turn, and then I'm just going to single crochet in every stitch across. And in the chain space, you just do 1 single crochet and then a single crochet on top of that single crochet. Just every stitch. So on top of the single crochet that's there, and 1 in the chain space. So go ahead and finish that one single all the way across till you get to the end. Coming up to the end of my last row of, or my first row of all single crochets, and you want to make sure you get one in this last stitch here. Okay. Now I'm gonna put a couple stitch markers here so I can form the buttonhole. So I'm gonna count my stitches across. I got 31, so I'm gonna put one at 15 stitches over. I'm gonna put a stitch marker. Well, oh, they're right here. Couldn't see them. And then I'm gonna skip 3. Well, counting this one, counting the one you just did, 2 and 3. So there's gonna be 3 spaces. 3 chains that I'm gonna skip like that. So this is chain 15 over, 16, and then I put another one in 17. So we're gonna chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to single crochet in every stitch up to the stitch marker. Okay, then when you get up to the stitch with the stitch marker, don't put a stitch in it. And since you have 3 spaces, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then put a single crochet in the stitch after the stitch marker. So, right here's your stitch marker, right here. So, we have 3 chains down here that we skipped, so we just did a chain 3 to account for them, and that's your buttonhole. You don't need them anymore. And then you just continue single crocheting in every stitch to the end of the row. Like this. Chain 1, turn your work, and continue single crochet in every stitch, just like this. And then when you get to your chain, you want to put a single crochet in each of the 3 chain spaces that we did. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then continue with a single crochet in each stitch across till you get to the end, just like this. Okay, I'm at the end. I want to chain 1, turn, and single crochet again in every stitch across. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row out, and I'll meet you right back at the end. At the end of that row, a single crochet, and I just tied off and hid my tail. So now you want to take your work and fold it up where this is facing at the top. And I'm going to line it up under my second row of poof stitches. Like that. And then I'm just going to sew it together here and here. You can sew it together any way you want. You can use slip stitch or darning needle. I'm going to sew it together using single crochet. So I'm just going to start up here in the corner. And then I'm going to start, like I said, in the second. Here's my first row of puff stitches, my second. I'm going to start right here on this line. So I'm just going to stick it in that stitch. And I'm going to start a single crochet. So I'm going to pull my work through, chain 1, and then I'm going to go back through both stitches with a single crochet, just like that. And then I'm going to find my next stitch right here, and then the next stitch behind that, right here, and single crochet. I'm going to go my next stitch, and my next stitch behind it, single crochet. Next stitch, stitch behind it right here. So it's really easy. You just go down it doing single crochets, and you just match up the sides here. And I'm just hiding my tail as I go. So the stitch goes into the stitch. It don't have to be perfectly. Just get it the best that you can. Match it up the best. And since I'm doing it on the outside, my seam is going to show. And that's fine. I wanted it to. And if you don't want yours to, you just sew it inside out. And then you won't have a seam. So, just like that. So, go ahead and finish sewing it together here, and then on the other side. Got both my sides sewed up. So I'm just gonna, I got some beads that I strung. I strung it on the number 10 thread, and then these beads are 6mm beads, in case you want to know the size. And I'm just going to sew them right here on the edge. If you want to make your own handles, that's fine. If you don't want handles, that's fine. Just whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to put a few stitches with these beads. Oh, not going to be able to see this thread when I sew it because it's so thin. It's like that. And then you want to hide your thread like you normally would. Just like that. going to do the other side real quick here. This was such a super easy bag. It didn't take me no time at all. And just sew this on the same way. A few stitches. Hide your tail. Okay. There's that. And then if you want to put a button here, just sew it on underneath here. Just kind of line it up. And then you can sew your button on. Whatever button you got, I just got a clip-on little thing here. And then run it through. And that's all there is to this bag. This bag was really easy. And if you want to put a liner in it, you can. But that's it. That's the bag. Very, very easy. Be great for a beginner. Great for a beginner to learn this new stitch too, because it's really pretty and it's really easy. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Thanks again for watching. If you do make this, I'd like to see a picture. You can post it on the Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to build my channel up so I can keep doing tutorials. And thanks for watching. Until next time, have a good day.